I'm Ann.
And I'm Monica, and this is the episode where we. No, you're not supposed to laugh.
Girl, you can edit it out.
If you didn't catch my drift, that is a reference to the Silent Marvel Studios opening to Black Panther. A really lame joke.
Except you can't hear the sniffling because that's what happened immediately. Yeah. I was like,
so that was our silent. That was our silent Flick Chicks intro as an homage to the silent Black Panther intro. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead.
Chadwick Boseman.
I guess we should just start off this episode with a big rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Mm-hmm. He did what he needed to do. We miss him dearly.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Very, very sad.
His memory will be in our hearts forever.
Yeah. And in this film, because they made sure to get us to commemorate this man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, and it's been a while.
I know, guys.
We haven't done an episode in a while. There's been a lot of things happening, and, you know, making episodes like this has kind of fallen a bit on the back burner, but
yes, sir.
Fret not. We are slowly but surely coming back. Mm-hmm. We will be coming back to our regularly scheduled programming soon.
Soon enough.
Along with some new things soon.
Yes.
Hint, hint. Nudge, nudge.
We keep saying this all the time, but like
we do, but like for real, like we promise. We've been saying this for like a year, I think, maybe more.
Yes. Yeah.
But this time, well, obviously a lot of unpredictable things happen in life, guys. You know this.
But of course.
But this time it's serious, and just wait a little bit longer and you will be like, damn, where did all this content come from?
Yeah, you'll be like,
where did all this motivation come from? Where did all this shit come from? And we're gonna be like, I told you so. We told you we're coming with new stuff. So for now, in the meantime, we are back, I guess, here to discuss the last installment of Phase 4 of the Marvel Universe, which I feel like is fitting. Have we reviewed every movie in Phase 4? No, we haven't.
No way.
We didn't do Black
I don't think
Widow.
We did Spider-Man. We didn't do Spider-Man.
No, we didn't. Okay, I lied then. Did we do Shang-Chi?
I don't even think so.
Oh,
no.
I think we just did Eternals, Thor: Love and Thunder, Multiverse of Madness, and this one,
Eternals,
which is a good amount.
There was a lot of stuff. Then starting from Eternals, I think we did it, right?
Yeah. So I think the only ones we didn't do are Black Widow and Shang-Chi. And No Way Home.
And Spider-Man. Yeah. Correct.
So, like, that's more than half. So, pretty good. Pretty good if I do say so myself. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we're here to talk about the last installment of Phase 4, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, which just came out not too long ago, for us at least. I don't know about you, depending on where you're listening to this. But, yeah, we're going to talk about the movie, talk about how we felt about it, and some other discussion topics. You know how it goes around here. We just talk about things. Rambles are had.
Exactly.
Topics are diverged. We go on tangents. You know how it goes.
Exactly.
And that's what we're back here to do today. So, Anne.
Yes.
Do you want to kick us off?
Yes.
With your
obvious spoiler warning.
Oh,
I feel like we don't have to say this, but come on.
Yeah.
But,
why would you be listening to a review of a movie that you haven't watched yet? I guess,
or
have an intention of watching. If you don't intend to watch it, then do whatever you want, I guess. But
I guess technically movie reviews, like, you can have spoiler free to be like, okay,
it's true.
Then I'll go.
But an hour-long podcast, I don't
that's
think
not
so.
what we're doing. This is a podcast. Come on, Meow. Get it together.
You know the drill. Anyways, and kick us off. Well, I guess maybe we should give like a little rundown if for some reason you don't know what the movie is about. Just like a general like not what is it called, blurb of the movie.
Synopsis.
Synopsis sounds like it's like a plot summary. I don't know. Anyways, so basically, this is the sequel to the highly critically acclaimed, financially booming, whatever, first movie, Black Panther, that came out in 2018.
Correct.
So 4 years ago. And it's a sequel, and obviously due to the death of the star of the movie, Chadwick Boseman, the story has had to take a little bit of a shift. And now it follows the journeys, I guess, of his younger sister, Shuri, and how Wakanda is faring, you know, with the because I mean, obviously it's not really a spoiler, it's kind of obvious, but in the movie, within the universe, Chadwick's character T'Challa has also died, of like an unnamed illness or whatever. So it's how Wakanda is kind of recovering from that. They don't have the Black Panther anymore because Killmonger burned the whole like field. So basically they're like, what do? We have no Black Panther. We have no protector. And there's also a new threat on the horizon from a species. Well, I'm like, why am I hesitant to like spoil things? We're gonna spoil this whole movie when we explain.
Yeah.
There's a new threat from a race of creatures. I don't know what to call them. What are they called? Mermaids.
They call the people Talokan. Like that's what
the people of Talokan, which is like an underwater Atlantis like place. They're like fish human people. I honestly cannot remember what if and what their race is called. But yeah, there's a new threat coming from them because vibranium was just discovered in their land, which contradicts the whole idea of like, oh, vibranium's only found in Wakanda. So the US, very unsurprising. The most realistic part of this movie is that the US is trying to get a hold of it so they can make weapons with it.
Well, actually, not only the US, France.
Like basically the Western world is trying to is like, well, damn, we just found that there's vibranium in a place other than Wakanda, so let's try to get it from here instead, and that's obviously a problem. So that's basically what the movie is about. If you want a full summary, you can look it up or watch the movie.
Which I assume that most of you have. Anyways, so we're gonna talk about the film, what we liked, what we didn't, and then we'll have our discussion, and then we'll finish it off with a grade, as we always do.
Good old times. All right, Anne, you can kick us off.
Jumping right into things I liked. The movie. That's one thing that I definitely liked for
just
sure.
The movie itself.
The whole film. The whole thing.
Okay. End of episode. Bye guys. Thanks for listening.
Exactly. Okay, getting to specifics, I have to talk about first of all like the more surface level things. The costumes
I didn't even think of that, but yeah.
Insane. The dresses, what? Oh, where can I get the wardrobe? Like, can I buy it all? Because just literally just when they were doing regular things like hanging out, it was giving
the fit
fashion.
Yeah, no, it's true.
It was true. When the queen Ramonda went to just talk to the officials, I was like, how can y'all even talk to her anyway, anyhow? Look at what she's wearing.
No, she was serving
looks. Oh my goodness, it was just crazy. I don't even remember what dress it was, but there was this dress where Okoye was wearing it at one point. I think it was for the funeral. It was like black, but then Shuri was wearing
white
it.
At the funeral.
Yeah, they wore white at the funeral, but that was beautiful too. Stunning. But Shuri was wearing a black dress. I think it was near the end of the movie, and then she had like this really cool gold necklace on it, and it looks like it was part of I can't even too much. Just the costumes were amazing. I don't know what else to say.
Agree. It wasn't on my list, but I totally agree.
Yes. I think the introduction of the Talokan people was like out of this world, bro. With this, I'm so obsessed with like siren stuff. I love how like eerie and creepy that stuff is.
I'm gonna talk about that more in my section, but yeah.
I just love that stuff, and I loved seeing the heads in the water. Like just so good. Like such a good. Like I knew what was happening, but I was still like, what's happening? Like was it was so well done, and just the I think like maybe I hadn't watched as many trailers as other people. I think I only watched the teaser. I only
also watched the teaser.
Okay.
I honestly didn't even know where we were. I knew that Namor was being introduced. I had no idea how. I literally just watched that one first initial teaser, and I didn't watch anything else. So
I only saw like his face. Like I had no idea that he could fly from his feet.
I'll tell you right now, I had not even seen his face. I didn't even know who the actor was gonna be. I hadn't seen anything. But again, I'm gonna talk about that when we get to my part.
Yeah, I think I saw pictures of like the actor and like promo stuff and whatever, just like posters online, but I didn't know anything about his powers or whatever. I just assumed, he's probably the leader of the water people. I didn't really think anything of it. So his introduction in the film was super eerie, super creepy. Like I was like, what is moving the helicopter? Him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so well done.
So good.
I think this will like kind of be reflected in things I like maybe didn't like as much. I think the first half of the film was like untouchable. Like the beats were beating, like everything was giving, costuming, like the sanction stuff was really interesting to me actually. Like I don't know, I think some people would find that boring, but I was like really into that. I liked how like everybody was kind of blaming it on the Wakandans, but it was like the Wakandans couldn't talk about how it was actually the Talokan people. So I really liked that whole conflict. So I feel like that's all. I don't want to talk too much. I'm sure you're gonna say more stuff. So that's what I'll say for what I really liked. Also, the comedy was M'Baku is always giving comedy.
Is so funny. I love it.
Like so funny, and I like that he was even more involved. I think you can involve him even more, which I suspect that will probably happen.
He will be apparently,
for sure.
To,
so I like how he's evolving into main cast quite quickly, and I love it.
Yeah. Okay, my number one thing, and this is like the thing that stood out to me the most when I was watching the movie. Like this is the thing that I was like, I just kept being like, oh my god, this is so good. And I'm talking about the score and the soundtrack. Just the music in general. And like I'm putting the score and the soundtrack on equal foot. Like I know sometimes like the score of a movie is really good, but soundtrack you're like, okay, whatever. But sometimes it's the soundtrack, not like both the score and the soundtrack were like impeccable. I was like sitting there like, I don't know if you've seen that TikTok sound now that's like, what is that melody? But that's what I'm thinking about. Anyways, if you know what I'm talking about, you'll know it's like this TikTok sound that's just like, what is that melody? And that's exactly how I felt watching this movie. I was like, this music, I feel like I'm being transported to another world. I need to like go and listen to like the score sound album, because oh my god, it was hitting every single time. Good. And the score when they were down in Talokan and when they were in Wakanda, it was just giving.
I love
every beat, every oh my god. And then that kind of leads into what I was saying with like what I was gonna say with the sirens, where like that whole like scene, like that whole thing where it's like they're like their heads are popped out of the water and they're singing that creepy ass like anyway, I don't want to do it, but like you know what I'm talking about. I was scared. I was like, damn, like I'm gonna jump off a bridge right now.
Right? And when they were like literally the pauses in the music, like when that old girl, the American lady, was like running away from them, like she saw them and she was like, huh, and they paused the music and then it went doo doo and they were like running and I was like, god,
like just like the I don't even want to call it like, what is it called? Not choreography, but like the composition of
the beats they were hitting,
the music paired with the like screen stuff happening on the screen. Oh my god, I was just sitting there. I remember just the main thing in my mind was like, this score is so good, and that's not usually something I notice, but I'm like, it's just so amazing right now. Like, what in the world? So yeah, the soundtrack music, I was like, this is literally the most like amazing score I've ever heard. Anyways, second of all, just like the overall like cinematography, like direction, also like the visuals were also giving. I loved that they also did a car chase in this one, because honestly the car chase in the first movie, so iconic. I love that's like, I'm not a car chase girly. Like every time a movie has a car chase, I'm like, ugh, whatever, like it's just annoying.
Yeah, it's usually,
but I love
like
the one in the first and I loved the one in the first movie. So when I saw that there was another one happening, I was like, oh yeah, and I liked this one too, so I was cool with that.
Like with the spear, that was insane. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah. But yeah, obviously like I really like the whole movie, like as a whole, just the whole story, the whole plot and everything. You know me, I'm a plot girly, so I like the plot in this one. I found the stakes to be like high enough, and it's like, I feel like Marvel has been struggling with this lately, where it's like they're struggling between making the stakes too low or too high. Like too low where it's like, okay, I don't care, or way too high where it's like, okay, this is like world universe changing shit and it's just gonna get resolved like in two hours. Like it doesn't make sense. So I found like the stakes for this to be exactly appropriate, where it was like, you know, it was a threat to Wakanda because they also have vibranium, so they can like challenge them and possibly defeat them, and also it's like an international issue because the other people are trying to like get it from them and they could use it to attack them, and then they're getting blamed. Like it's like a very like appropriate level of stakes, I found. So I really like that, and it keeps you like interested. It keeps you like, you know, on the edge of your seat. You don't know what's going to happen next, but not to the point where you're like, okay, this is like too much. Like, I don't like, how is this all happening and nobody else cares? You know what I mean? So I like that. But the main thing that I really liked in this one was the villain. Namor is one of my favorite villains in an MCU movie, like altogether, like of the whole MCU.
I feel like the Black Panther writers, people have an agenda to have me be sexually attracted to all of them. Because what is this?
I was getting there.
What is this? But go on.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with the Black Panther series so far, but their villains are sexy. Anyways, yeah, Namor is one of my favorite villains. Like, it's again one of those villains where it's like you get where he's coming from, but he's also kind of crazy, and it's like, okay, like
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, because another thing that Marvel has a problem with is villains that, you know, they try to make a villain, but then the villain actually ends up being like, yo, you're kind of right.
Yeah,
but then they just add some stupid like thing to it to make it like, okay, well, you're technically wrong then. But I appreciate how he was actually pretty complex, and like he was technically a villain, but he was not shown as like just this all evil like antagonist. Like, we got to know him and got to sympathize him the same way Shuri did as well. Like, we also like with Shuri, we got to know him and got to sympathize with him and understand where he's coming from, to the point where it was like, he's not really a villain more than he's just like an alternative like opinion or alternative like point of view, I guess, where it's like, you know, he's watched people being like murdered and whatever, so he has this specific way he wants to go about it, and they're just like, well, no, that doesn't really work for us, because you want to just burn the whole world down. Obviously that's not going to work. So I appreciated that. It made like, it's one of the better ways to do like a complex villain, in my opinion. What they did with him, especially where it was, like a good amount of complexity, where it's not just him being like, oh, I have good ideas, but everyone die. Where it was like, no, he actually had like reasons and like
a plan, a strategy.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I know you're a plot girly, but this is where I think the character part comes in, where it's like he learned his lesson in his past with the Mayan people. He was like, oh, these people were a little too nice to X group, and look what they did with that, you know, took them, enslaved them, and wiped them out eventually, literally. So I think he realizes like, wait a minute, I've seen this before, I'm not gonna let it happen again, because he was completely content when they weren't hunting after them, right, for the vibranium until now.
I know. So I loved the performance of the actor. I like I said, I hadn't seen his face or anything. I didn't even know what he looked like, and then when he popped up on my screen, I was into it. You know, the movie was happening. I was watching it. I was intrigued. I was like, okay, what are we doing? When are we bringing in the villain? Where's the story going? Boom! He lands on that little beach lake thingy, and I was like, whoa! I did not know that this is what he looked like. Like, he's fine.
I'm surprised. Like, I swear it was all over Twitter. Like, people were like, am I about to root for the villain again? And then they showed a picture of the actor, and they were like,
because I was like, sure, you're better than me, because he would have been like, please come live down here, like we'll burn the world together. I would have been like, when do you want to start? Because I would have done it for him.
Yes, sir.
I was like, damn. So yeah, I kind of like had a little trouble focusing at some parts of the movie.
I can hear you tucking your hair behind your ear.
Wait, because why was I actually doing that?
Bro, I know what's happening.
Oh no.
You didn't need to tell me.
Anyways, you know me too well. So yeah, I was like, he was talking, and I was like, yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. Oh wait, what did he just say? Did he just say he wants to murder someone?
Right, I was like, you said alliance. I was like, yeah, let him know who's boss. And he's like, and then annihilate them all. And I'm like, oh well.
Yeah, I really liked him in general. Like, obviously, again, he has a really complex character. I loved what, like you said, his backstory, all of that. The whole like thing with like the Talocan people, and I found the Talocan people, like his people, to be like actually like kind of scary, which is like cool to me. Like, I like when a villain actually kind of scares me a little bit, or like the opposing people, because like
time they come on surface, I'm like,
oh my gosh, and they're fighting, and they're the sirens and everything. I was like, damn, I'm kind of scared. Like, if they all attack Wakanda, like, damn.
Yo.
Yeah, I would be scared. So yeah, I really like the villain in this one, like the opposing. And again, it was like I felt like I was just learning about him and like learning about who he is and what his story is, and it made me want to see him more, because honestly I'm really happy they didn't kill him off. Like I was like, I thought that was gonna happen. Like I thought Shuri was gonna kill him at the end, and I was gonna be like, okay, fuck, whatever, like they just introduced us to this cool villain and they're just gonna kill him. So I'm really happy that she didn't kill him at the end. I think that was a really good move, because I thought she was gonna be fully possessed by the spirit of Killmonger at that point, and I was like, damn. But no, I like that she let him live and let him go back, and I really hope we see more of him, because I want to see more, because actually he's sorry, not to keep going really quick.
Go ahead.
He's like a popular in the comics, he's like an anti-hero. So like,
no, I was just gonna say that he's a really big character in the comics.
Bring him back as an anti-hero where we can actually like see him as the main character and like see him doing stuff and kind of like morally gray. Anyways, I love it.
For sure. No, yeah, like that's apparently in the comics, that's a big part. Like you never know if he's on your side. Like he's giving like a little bit like low key, but like, you know, much more sophisticated.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if it's in his interest,
like he's what Loki's trying to be.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like if Loki wasn't just his tricks and his magic, like that would be that. And I also I for sure thought Shuri wasn't gonna kill him, because I was like, there's no way y'all could fight these people for the end of your lives, like for the rest of your lives, because these people would keep coming and you'd be dead. So I knew he was gonna
they would annihilate them. I'm sorry, but
yes. So I'd be like, Wakanda would be gone. But I knew she wasn't gonna kill him, but I was still surprised by how they went back to him. And then he explained like why he let go and like why he gave mercy. Because I also thought, like, I think a lot of people would be like, he literally could take them down. Like even with that, like even if Shuri killed him, like we just talked about, his people would come back with, you know, tenfold, right? Yeah. But I think I like the thing about like he does always bow down to like power. I see that as a thing anyways. Even the way he treated Shuri at the beginning, like he's like, oh, you're royalty, so like I'll treat you like royalty, very much like that. And he, like, his whole, like, I you know what I'm really, like, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I imagine that, like, if he's, like, super conniving, which I feel like he can be, because the world is so quick to blame Wakanda for stuff, I feel like Namor could really mess things up by, like, getting his people to perform certain acts that make it look like Wakanda did it. And then Wakanda feels cornered to have to, you know, like, team up with them for like a surface war, and then he can go and then he goes ham like crazy. Like I mean totally I'm sorry,
that's kind of like what he said at the end, like when his people, like when that girl went and like, yo, why would you kneel to the Wakandans, like what are you doing? And he's like, hello, if we have them as an ally, we're the only two proprietors of vibranium. Like if we have them as an ally, we're like set. Like if anything ever happens, we can basically threaten them and be like, hey, remember that time that we could have destroyed you when we only had like a couple hundred of my dudes come and take over your ship and we almost destroyed you? Yeah, and if you don't follow what we're saying, I can do the exact same thing I was doing before, and the international community is going to invade your ass. So team up with us. And so, I feel like, that's basically what he said. And definitely. It's like showing his conniving side too, where he's like, obviously he showed mercy, but it's at the end of the day, like he's still smart and he knows like, he knows what the best course of action is. Like he thought about it. He's like, that the
Americans don't mess with the Africans like that. He knows. So he's like, they'll be back. Like that's
so I mean, I don't know. I just found his story and his everything like just super interesting, and it kept me very interested. There wasn't really a part of this movie where I felt like bored. Oh, and I also wanted to quickly mention the acting performances, especially Angela Bassett.
Yes.
And oh shoot, I feel such an idiot right now.
Denai?
The girl who plays Denai.
Letitia Wright or
no, the Letitia girl. I mean, Letitia Wright obviously did a good job, but the one who plays Okoye,
Denai. I don't remember her last name. Sorry.
Yeah, Denai. I'm so sorry. Amazing, really good job. So I really like that. But
yeah. Okay, let's go into things we didn't like or like small nitpicks. I guess I'm gonna be honest. Not.
I don't think
I do have. Oh, you don't really have any? I do actually have like real ones where they're not like. It's like very whatever. Like you'll hear. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will say the second half of the film was not as strong as the first half in terms of like plot holes or things that I'm like why would we do this? Okay. And it kind of ties to my actual point with it, which is Queen Ramonda's death.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That was kind of brutal, to be honest. I was not expecting that at all.
It was insane. I was like, no, this is a joke. Like, you're pranking me. Okay. I don't know. I don't like her dying isn't the problem. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the way it happened made me go like, I don't like this. Because like, why is your queen standing in a glass building by herself with this scientist that they want? Like, you know, that's kind of the whole point.
Yeah, that also kind of.
And just standing in this building alone, no guards at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was just a little bit like almost like silly, you know, like like the way that it happened. And she's the only one that really died. Like, if you think
I guess it's not the first time someone died in a glass building or almost died in a glass building because they decided to like not have guards there.
Yeah.
In Wakanda, Infinity War. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Where they for some reason left, where Wanda left him up there with no guards. Like, what?
They actually, it's not giving. Yeah, they need to stop. Okay, because it's like, and even with that, like with the Infinity War thing, that was stupid. But at least I'm like, okay, y'all didn't see this Thanos thing coming. Like, you don't understand. But like, Shuri comes back and she's like, nah, these people are gonna attack us. We know. So why? Someone to point this out. She's like, why are the Wakandan people having a cookout in their village when they know they're about to get murked by these water people who are insane? Like,
oh my god, yeah.
Like, it's not making sense. Like, why? At least in Infinity War, they were getting prepared. Like, I just didn't feel that sense of urgency when y'all know how crazy these people are. Like, don't pretend you're.
I guess like only like they're going basically only off of like Shuri's word, right? Or like, I don't know,
sis. Okay, well, even if it like, let's say they were still caught off guard, I think it would have been more believable if, the queen and girl are up in the tower guarded. And then fine, he bombs that whole place. Like, I can believe that. Like, I can believe he flies and bombs the entire thing. But is this really gruesome? I needed to see like a bunch of guards drowned, the queen, and then the queen was the one who saved like Riri Williams's character. Sorry, I forgot her name. Because that would make more sense. Like, it was like a tragedy. Like, we had they just boom, boom, boom. Because like when the queen was dead, I was like, why?
Maybe it was like just to show that like she wasn't really afraid of him, and like she kind of still low-key trusted him a bit because like, you know, they kind of had an agreement. So she was like, you're not gonna kill me, and then he's like, watch me, bitch. Boom. That's kind of what I got from it, because when she was standing there without guards, like I immediately just thought like, oh, she actually like really trusts him, like she thinks that he's not gonna kill her.
I did not.
And then that's why when she started dying, I was like, damn, she's actually gonna die. Like, shit.
Bruh. Because she seemed scared of him the whole time, so I didn't trust that. Like, I think she.
No, it's true. But then they did have like an agreement. He was like, just don't talk about me, don't mention me, keep my name out of your mouth, and
but he said if I see anybody in my underwater cavern or you take Shuri, I will kill all your people. Like, nah.
Yeah, no,
she knew. So it wasn't giving that part. It just felt a little bit like a little. It reminds me of like, this is such a random thing to bring up, but like Phoenix's death in Hunger Games, like kind of like, like that's how you're gonna take out such a like
important character,
important character. I feel like this is even worse because she's like a queen, bruh. Mm-hmm. So it's like, and she's literally the leader. So I felt like that was.
If I had to say anything about her death, I would say that it was a little bit unnecessary, in my opinion. Like I could have gone without it. Because Chadwick just died. Probably like, can't. T'Challa just died. Like, she didn't need to lose her mom too. Like, that's just like I feel like it was a little too sad. I was like, I don't know.
Like even if her mom was in a coma, I would have felt that same like rage. I think it's the same. Or like even because like, could we get the mom like paralyzed? I don't know. Am I bad? Like, I just
no. I get what you mean though, because I feel like it kind of not takes away from the tragedy of like T'Challa's death in the beginning of the movie, but like I thought it was like, okay, there's a tragic death at the beginning of the movie, and then it kind of haunts everyone throughout the whole movie. But then when you add another super tragic death, which is like equal to like you have to remember, like we're talking Shuri, the character here, her brother dies. It's crazy. That's really bad. But then her mom dies. Like, I'm sorry, but on the hierarchy of like tragic deaths, like I feel like the mom slips by a little bit more than the brother. I don't know if that's bad for me to say, but like, and also the fact that that's her last like family member.
I think
so
that's
I feel like,
also the part. Yeah. Like,
yeah. So I feel
the
like
last
that
person
kind
you
of
had.
like overshadows like Chadwick's like T'Challa's like death a little bit.
I
because
agree.
It was like that was supposed to be haunting her throughout the whole movie, but then you add the mom's death on top of that, and it's like, oh well, now I have this other tragic death I have to think about too, not just him. I feel like that we could have done without. We could have that like T'Challa could have been the tragic death, you know?
Yeah, and at the end when she's like finally grieving, I'm like, yeah, but like, are you gonna come back next year for your mom?
For your mom. Like, yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, yeah, I just think that like it probably didn't need to happen, but I guess if Angela Bassett's like, I don't want to keep doing these movies,
I'm like, yo, they probably can't afford Angela. Like, I feel like that's the real reason. But I'm like, I love her. Like, I wanted to see her more. Like, I'm a little. It's just like it's cut short. That's what it is. Like, it feels like, like
that's what I'm saying. I just feel like I don't think it was that necessary. But yeah, no.
Yeah,
that's the one thing I probably would have done.
I feel like they could have. I feel like they could have hit that emotional beat some differently, if you ask me. I wish they had done it differently. Whether it is like, I guess we both agree we don't really love the death, but like even if it was that, like I would have preferred a better way than I think the way that
I guess it did technically have to happen for things to progress, because I know what I was saying before about M'Baku, how he's gonna become more main character. My brother was telling me in the comics that he becomes like this thing called King. Man Ape or whatever, and he takes over Wakanda, and then he becomes like he basically overthrows the throne, or not overthrow, there's nobody at the throne, but he takes the throne and he does like a whole bunch of shit. So apparently that's like that's what they're setting up for. So it's like, I get it, obviously Ramonda has to be dead for that to happen, but like, I don't know. I feel like if T'Challa was still alive, maybe like and he was the story, it I feel like that could have been.
I honestly feel like
his dad dies in the first one, or not the first one, but before the first one, and then his mom dies in the second. It would have made sense, but you know, whatever.
No, I feel like that it's giving me. I know that they sent. This is really like, I'm scared about. They sent Chadwick Boseman the script before he passed away, so they had really written it all up. It gives me like, I feel like Shuri would have still been captured, all that jazz, but they would have got her back, and then Mama dies. It's giving me like with T'Challa present, like
you can kind of tell Shuri, like, where the rewrites happened.
Yeah, like Shuri got captured and he's like upset about it, but then they get her back and he's like, okay, cool, and then Mom dies and he's like, wait a minute, now I gotta kill somebody. Like that's
like,
what
I feel like
giving.
I could see where they changed it to be like, okay, no, instead of Chadwick, or I keep saying Chadwick, T'Challa going to rescue her, now it's Nakia that's gonna go rescue her, blah, 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 like, you know.
Yeah,
but no, it's unfortunate things like that happen. You can't really do much about it. But
and my only second critique is, I'll say, the introduction of Lionheart / I forget her name. I'm so sorry.
Riri Williams.
Sorry?
Riri Williams?
Isn't that the actress's name?
No, Riri Williams is the character name.
Oh, is the character name? Okay.
The actress's name is Dominique something.
Oh, okay.
Dominique something. I forgot her last name.
But okay.
Riri Williams
then
is
good.
the character.
I said Riri Williams before, so
yeah, that's why I thought you knew. I was like, oh, you said it.
No. I don't know. Like, I guess people sometimes they use it so interchangeably. So I'm like,
me
okay,
with T'Challa and Chadwick for the past 30 minutes.
So I'm like, okay. Sorry, Riri Williams. It was a little like tonally, I think, just a little misplaced. Like, it was just like, like, I wish she was a little more inconspicuous. Like, I think they should have just been like, there's this crazy smart girl. She's the one who kind of built it. These people are after you. I didn't need her to be as like, I don't know what I'm saying, but I just felt like it was just clunky, like the way she was put in there. Like, it felt like you know what I mean? Like, it feels like Wakanda Forever was a film, and then Lionheart was like, or Riri Williams was like a reminder, like, hey, this is MCU, remember? Like, you know what I mean?
And I feel like that they kind of have to do that in all these movies now. Like, there always has to be some character, someone from a different franchise or upcoming thing, because the next show in the MCU right now is going to be Ironheart. So it's like, but it just felt so like, oh, I built a car when I was 3. I was like, baby, like, you can't even suck your thumb right at 3. But a side note, I really like the kind of like Easter egg, I guess, that she goes to MIT, and that's where Spidey, Peter, and MJ
Oh
and
yeah,
Ned wanted to go.
yeah, true.
I thought that was
Isn't that where Tony Stark went? Isn't that the whole point?
Yeah.
Like, she's supposed to be a copycat of like.
Yeah.
Well, not like.
Well, apparently
like
she
tries to
attended
copy him.
one of his like talks or whatever it is. Anyways,
or something.
but
like
no,
that.
I see what you mean about her.
I just felt like
it wasn't
was
like my favorite, but it was fine. I was like,
yeah,
whatever.
that's what I'm saying. Like, this stuff doesn't deter. Well, actually, probably the death does actually a little deter.
Yeah.
But this doesn't deter. It's just like, oh yeah, MCU doing like that's honestly a critique that I probably have for half the films. Like they do that all the time.
Yeah.
So that's not really. But I had to put some stuff on my list. So you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it wasn't anything that made me like sit in the movie being like, ugh. Like I was still enjoying myself the whole time.
I didn't roll my eyes or anything, and I was like, I felt like, for example, why am I always? Well, I mean, that's actually gonna go into our segue. I felt like Riri Williams is an example of like how to do. Oh, somebody needs this person, and they're trying to kill them better than they did in like Doctor Strange, for example.
Because yeah,
Riri Williams was actually a person, like versus girl in I can't even remember her name. America Chavez was like literally an object. Like they didn't give her anything. I'm so sorry to the actress because she's so sweet. I don't really. There's nothing to do with
and
her.
if you're curious more about what Anne means by America Chavez as an object, you can go check out her YouTube video about it, where she talked about how the Multiverse of Madness characterizations for the three main characters was not it. It was just completely done wrong.
Dusty.
So you can go watch that video for more on our YouTube channel.
On our YouTube channel. Perfect. Thank you for the plug.
You're welcome.
But that will get us into our discussion on Phase 4 because it's come to a conclusion.
Are we going to give the
Wakanda
movie a grade?
Forever. Are we going to do it now? I mean, we might as well. Yeah.
I think we might as well do it now, and then
it might be like off topic. Yeah. True.
So Anne, what's your grade?
This grade. Ooh, I haven't graded anything in so long, so I'm kind of forgetting what I said to other things.
I have to recalibrate,
right? Because I don't want
to
sound
like. I've been watching a lot of trash stuff, so
I don't want to sound like rude or something because I feel like it might be. It was really good. Like I feel like okay. This is what I'll give. Okay. Let me stop talking and give it a grade. Okay. I'm gonna give it an 87. I think that's a good grade.
I thought we were doing letter grades.
Yeah. Oh, letter grades? Do we do that?
Yeah, I think that's what we do.
Okay. What's the 87? A, right?
Yeah, that's an A.
A. I give it an A. It's not an A plus only because of like those little things. Well, honestly, the death is kind of what's knocking it the 1 point. Plus, like I feel like A plus is reserved for like crazy.
A plus is reserved for like very rare. But 87, like so, A, at least in our grades like scheme, A goes from like 86 to 94, so it's a pretty broad.
Especially, we will talk about it for like Phase 4. This is very good of a grade. So I really enjoyed it. I think it was really well done. I think, like I said, the beginning of the film, actually A plus. Like the entire beginning, first part, 10 out of 10. I think near the end, it got a little but it's not anything to like. Thanks. But it's not to anything to like deter from the film as a whole. So
right.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. No, that's totally fair. I was gonna give it like a high A minus, which I feel like sounds a little low, but like like an 85. 80, 84, 85. Because I really liked it. I will say like, and we're gonna talk about this in a little bit. Like there have been other movies where I was sitting there just thinking like, oh my god, this is the moment. Where I was just blown away. Like I really enjoyed the movie. I really liked it. I thought it was really solid.
Yes.
But it was kind of just missing a little bit of that oomph. The oomph for me. You know what I'm saying? The spark, but not in a bad way. Like I still really enjoyed the movie.
I mean, the movie made me cry every 20 minutes, so I have to be like,
I didn't cry for some reason. I don't know
really
why. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm just like heartless. I don't know if
maybe you're not as. When did you join the MCU?
Wait, what?
When did you join like the Marvel fandom or whatever?
Oh, like during the pandemic, like after WandaVision came out.
Yeah, so I feel like
officially, but like, I don't know for
other
me, movies. Like I had watched Endgame and Infinity War in theaters, and I watched Black Panther, the first one in theaters. Like you know what I mean? I just wasn't fully into it until
yeah. Because I feel like for me, like I was definitely fully into the MCU at the time, and Black Panther I was following a lot, and me and my whole family went to see it on like Family Day, like the day it came out. So it was like a big deal for us. So I think like I hadn't thought about Chadwick's passing, like because it was such a shock, bro. Like everybody was like, "What?" And then I think this film just like really reminded me like, dang, he's like, actually he's gone, bruh.
Yeah.
So
I
think that's probably why.
I definitely like I felt the emotions, but I didn't like fully cry or like anything like that. I don't know why. I think maybe that was just me that day. I don't know. But yeah, I think a grade that really represents it for me would be like a high A-, like an 85. I think that's solid for me. Yeah. And again, compared to some of the other entries in the Phase 4, I'll tell you this is good.
Yes, for sure.
So let's segue into our next segment. Correct. Segment. Anyways, let's move into our next segment. Anne, would you like to give us a little introduction? Yeah.
Yes. So, there's been a lot of talk, controversy, discourse about Phase 4 in general, and its quality or lack thereof. So we're gonna talk about the 3 bops, as in 3 very good, content that came out. That includes shows and TV. 3 bops that we found from Phase 4 and 3 flops. Yep. So we'll start with that, and then we'll do
basically just like three highlights for us personally. Yes. During this Phase 4, and 3 kind of disappointments or
downers. Yes.
Downers in Phase 4. So how do we want to do this? Do you want to do flops and or bops and bops and flops and flops, or flop flop bop bop, or bop flop bop flop? Because those are different things.
Wow, I think we should do bops and flops. Like bops actually, first.
Are you
bops.
sure? Should we do flops first?
Oh, we could do that too, but I think we shouldn't separate bop flop, right? Actually, maybe it might be interesting.
We're thinking about this too much.
I don't freaking know. This is gonna be cut out for sure.
I think maybe we should do. Oh, I don't know actually. What is?
Because I was gonna say like it could be a surprise, like, oh, my bop is this, but then my flop is this, and like, like before each person goes, so we might be shocked by each other's answers. Not really, but kind of. I don't know.
I think we should do flop, bop.
And then, but that's not 3.
No. I mean, your flop, my flop, your bop, my bop, like all of them.
Oh, all of them. So you'll say all your flops. I'll say all my flops.
Yeah, because I don't think we have enough time to be discussing each one a lot.
True.
Like I was just gonna name the 3 of them and then say why.
Yes. Go on. You should do your flops first. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start by saying what my flops of Phase 4 are, and I will preface this by saying Anne has not seen all of the shows.
No.
But I don't think it really matters. I think the shows that you haven't seen, I think they're not on my list at all, so they're just kind of there.
Okay, I see.
Okay, so my 3 flops for this Phase 4 are Black Widow, the movie. The movie. There's only a movie, but anyways, Black Widow, the movie. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show.
Okay.
And Multiverse of Madness, which is really sad. That one in particular makes me really sad because out of those 3, like Black Widow, I was actually not looking forward to at all. I'm not again. We talked about this. Did we do a Black Widow review? No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. But
I'm not a Black Widow. Yeah. Honestly, I don't remember. Sorry. I might have cut that out, but I'm not sure. But I'm not a huge Black Widow fan. I don't know what it is. I'm just not really I don't really connect with her. So I was not really excited for the movie, especially because the fact that where it was set, it was set before all the event, and it just didn't make any sense. And I was not excited for it, but I went to watch it anyways. And I was thoroughly disappointed.
In theaters? Oh wow!
I watched it in theaters, and I was bored. It was so boring. And I was like, I was waiting for the only redeeming thing about that movie is Yelena. She was so funny. Other than that, I was like, this movie didn't need to happen. Anyways, moving on. That one I wasn't disappointed by. My expectations were low, and it ended up not being that good.
They were met.
they were met pretty much. And then the Falcon and Winter Soldier, I was pretty excited for the show because I really liked those 2 characters, and I was excited to see their dynamic. But I found myself just kind of trudging through the show. There were some good moments, some really good moments, but I just found myself kind of forcing myself to watch it because I'm I need to know what happens so I can understand. But I was not really enjoying myself. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I wasn't really into it, and I was a little bit disappointed because I was excited for the show. But the biggest disappointment, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Again, you can go listen to it. I'm not even going to get into why, but you can go listen to. We have a podcast about it and made a video about it. But I was so disappointed about this one. This was my most anticipated, not just MCU movie, but movie of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked out of it like, what just happened?
Yeah, you were so excited for it. Actually,
I was
so
excited.
Like,
and yeah, that you can go watch or listen to our episode about that to find out more. Mm-hmm. So those are my 3 flops.
Anyways, okay, my flops might be a little controversial. Okay, because I don't know.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
First one's not controversial. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah. Come on. We did a whole hour just talking about how much this movie disappointed us.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking flops as in like what made me feel like, you know?
Yeah.
And I can't lie. After some reflection, I had to put Thor: Love and Thunder on here.
Oh, that's not controversial. I was debating putting
that. Oh no, wait, that's not controversial for people, but like for I guess for me, because I didn't really like, we weren't that harsh on it when we reviewed it.
Yeah.
Go listen to the episode. However, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, it is a flop though.
It didn't do anything.
You know?
Nobody moved.
Like
nobody, what is that? What is the quote? Nobody moved. Nobody something. It's like, it, you know, it was just, it just happened, you know?
Yeah, like it was honestly kind of like a waste of time. Now that I reflect, like I was like, oh wait, what? And I didn't remember how much I was anticipating the film because Guardians were in it. So I was like, oh, my 2 favorite like franchises are coming together.
They were barely in it.
They
Again,
spat
you
in
can
my
go
face.
listen to our episode about that. We weren't that harsh, but it wasn't necessarily that it was a bad movie, but it definitely like made no noise. That's what it is. It made no noise.
And when I saw that nobody was talking about it on Twitter at all, like
nobody.
At least I'm not
it's like,
gonna
what
lie,
do you say? Like, what do you have to say?
Right? At least Strange made us feel something, even if it was anger. This one, like, I forgot about it. Like until people brought it up at Thanksgiving dinner. My family, some people, and my cousins, my aunties were like, dusty movie, and I was like, you know what? Actually, okay, I'll give it.
Yeah, like it wasn't bad, but it was kind of just there.
It was just like I said, pointless. And I remember to the point where we were nicknaming the film as Guardians of the Galaxy. Like that was how much we thought
that was what it was supposed to be.
Right? And then I'm thinking about it and I'm like, yeah, this is not good. That was not okay.
It's just like compared to Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I was like, it went downhill a little bit.
Right? And I felt like, honestly, it kind of did what Ragnarok did, but like badly. Like Ragnarok was like a awakening of Thor again, like him rediscovering who he kind of is, like, and what Asgard is. And then we kind of did this self-discovery thing again in the 4th one, but like not well. I don't know. It's just I'm talking too much. It's just not giving.
Anyways, okay, what's your next flop?
My third one is the controversial one. It's just like,
I'm trying to think.
This is technically
okay. There's only actually 2 things that I will be upset at you if you say this. So just go.
Okay. I think you will be because I'm technically cheating by saying this.
Oh no.
Marvel TV shows.
Like overall? Okay.
Yes.
No, I get you though. Okay, that's not what I thought it was gonna be. Oh, as a concept, I totally understand.
Yes. Leave me alone, okay? I don't. Why am I forced to watch all this content and you guys keep saying it's important? It's not. 1. 2. Like, where are the days where we, only have to see 2 or 3 movies a year that had to do with Marvel, and then that was enough? You guys are giving us so much fatigue. That's why the fans are mad. That's why the fans are like, shut up.
It's too much content.
It's
I
too.
think it's a little oversaturation of content. Like as a whole, I totally agree with you.
I thought about it. Like I was like, oh, I haven't even watched that many Marvel shows. I actually have, and it makes me even more upset.
I've watched them all. So
jeez, I've watched WandaVision. That's fine. I watched Falcon. Look, tell me. And then my brother told me that they got voted as best duo at the Kids' Choice Awards, and I was like, was there nothing else? Like, because I was like, what? Like, why?
Wow.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Like, it's just giving like they were fine. They didn't have like chemistry like that though. They weren't giving.
No, not really.
It was just like whatever. And then who else? I watched one episode of What If, the one with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Well, Je suis fatiguée. I watched Loki. Bruh, that one, I know people like that one.
During Loki.
Bruh, that one took me so long to finish. I could not do it. That's how I knew. I think Loki was the last one I watched because I was like, we can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
I think a lot of them had like interesting concepts, but I'm like,
oh, I watched Hawkeye too. Yeah. Go.
Oh yeah, you see, I forgot about Hawkeye. Even though actually, surprisingly, I think Hawkeye was one of the better shows in my opinion in terms of keeping you interested week to week.
It was. Yeah, actually, Disney Plus forced, because we were watching Black Widow on a random day because I hadn't like seen it. I was like, whatever, let's just see it. And then it forced us to watch Hawkeye, like, you know, when it just plays automatically. Yeah. And then I was pretty intrigued, and I was like, okay, so I finished it. It was fine. No problems.
Like I think it was one that kept its pace, like it's it kept my interest at a steady amount, not where I was like super interested at first and then it totally plummeted, or vice versa, or whatever. I was like steadily interested the whole time, and then it ended and I was like, okay, that was good. Yeah, that's fine.
Like if you ask me, the only shows that made sense to me as of like the ones I've seen, obviously, were to have, and it's fine to have, not like I'm like I want these, but it's fine, was WandaVision and Hawkeye, because I feel like with those two, it's like, yeah, I could see how they can't justify a movie for those characters.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I don't think people would show up like that for those characters, to be honest, at the time when they, So I'm like, yeah, do a show where it honestly kind of doesn't matter if the people watch it, but it can be cool. Like, that's fine. That's what the shows used to be. Like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it was cool when you saw your boy on the screen, but you didn't need to watch the show to get what was going on.
No, exactly. No, and I get what you mean, though, where the Marvel shows, I feel like, as a whole, have been kind of disappointing. Oh my God. I feel like there should just be less. If there's like just 2 movies and 2 shows per year, I'm cool with that. But like, do we really need like 6? Like, it's okay.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, what is your plan? Like, long term, you guys are pumping all these shows out, by the way, which they, like you said, should have been spread out over years. Like, you should have had WandaVision, Hawkeye, done. Like, you had your Christmas and your September, and then you have all your movies lined up for the rest of the year. Perfect. And then you could have done like the next set. Like, why did I need Miss Marvel this year? Explain.
We didn't need it this year. We could have waited a little bit longer, maybe closer to the Marvels movie, the new movie called The Marvels. That's what I'm talking about.
Right?
Yeah. No, I totally get you. Anyways,
like, what is going on?
Anyways,
okay, we're done.
I'm gonna say my 3 bops. Mine are very uncontroversial. I feel like they're very predictable.
Yeah. If you know I think I know your 3. I already
probably can name mine. Actually, maybe you don't know my 3rd one. But anyways, first one, getting the most obvious one out of the way, I have to say WandaVision, because it's the one that got me into the MCU. Obviously, like, it's the one that made me want to go back and watch all the movies, which I think is a good sign for like any Marvel project. If it's so like, if it makes you feel like, okay, I want to go find out what all this is about, like, you know what I mean? And that's what I loved about WandaVision, where it was like, it had it like all the Easter eggs, all like the mystery, every week people like theorizing and things. And I know some people were a little disappointed by the ending. I personally wasn't. I know, I understand why people would be, but I wasn't like totally disappointed. I think, like, you know, at the end of the day, it was written. Like, people were just like speculating way too much, and it was like, okay, you need to calm down.
Yeah.
But I loved the concept. I thought it was a really interesting like execution. Each week is like based on a different era of TV. I thought that was so cool. And Wanda's backstory and her complexity as a character, very unfortunate of what they did to her character in Multiverse of Madness, because they just built it up so nicely in the show. But yeah, I think like WandaVision is just like one of the highlights of Phase 4, and it's the very first project of Phase 4. So I mean, you started out with a bang, I guess. But yeah, that show, like, I've watched it like twice, I think now, or 2 times, and like the second time I watched it through, it was still really good. And it's a good like mystery show. But yeah, okay, second bop, again, no one's surprised, but Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah,
like, are you kidding me? Like, that was the moment. Hello? And I'm not saying it's a perfect movie, but it is the antithesis to Thor Love and Thunder, in that, in the way Thor Love and Thunder made no noise, this movie made all the noise. Like, whether or not you think it's a good movie, you can't deny that it's already like iconic, and it was the moment. And I don't care if you want to say, oh, we have fan service, they just brought I don't care, because I, as a fan, was serviced, and I appreciated that. Okay,
the fact that they could pull that off, like, stop it.
Oh my God, like, the fact that they somehow, like, obviously people kind of knew, but they did a decent job at like hiding the fact that they were in, that the 3 Spider-Mans were gonna be in it. And Daredevil in it, reintroducing Daredevil, like, come on. And that movie was just like a roller coaster of emotions. Like, I was laughing, I was sad, I didn't cry. I don't know, I haven't cried at a movie in a long time, but that's a different story.
I always be crying.
I used to, but anyways, I was laughing, I was cheering, I was almost on the verge of tears, I was happy, I was sad, I was very melancholic. Just the emotions were all over the place, and I just had a blast. Had a blast. I watched it in theaters twice. It was better the second time. It was better. It was just, I will never forget that experience of watching that in theaters. So that was just a bop for me. I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to talk too much about each one, but anyways, my last bop, I don't really have much to say because we just talked about it. So mine is Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I think is a pretty, again, good bop. And it's funny how my bops are the beginning and end of Phase 4. So
interesting.
I think Wakanda Forever, like, it held up to the expectations, I think. And it did a really good job. And again, what I said about my favorite villain and my favorite complex villain and the storyline was great. And I think that it was a very good movie. And I think it was like a highlight for me for my Phase 4, where I could see myself rewatching it. But yeah.
I did guess your top 3 because I knew it had to be
shoot.
Because I was like, okay, let me just say my bops because I was like, it's the same, but plus, okay. My first bop, Spider-Man No Way Home. Come on now. Course. What are we talking about? Yeah. What are we talking about?
Like, come on. I don't care what anyone says. If anyone argues with me and tries to tell me it's not a good movie, like, you're just stop lying to yourself. It's a great movie.
You hate fun and beautiful things and sweet things. And I liked, like, this is what I'll say about No Way Home, even though you really elaborated. What surprised me too is not only did they get the cameos, it was like a full thing though. Like, it wasn't just like,
they weren't just there to be there
at the end. That's what I thought.
I thought they were actually so too. Really integrated. Okay, that's what it was. That I thought maybe if they were gonna pop up, they would just pop up during the end fight scene. I was like, okay, cool, little cameo. But no, they actually were there. They were there.
No, they were really in it. Like, I thought, you know what? I even thought maybe because Andrew Garfield is such a good liar, so I was like, he's lying. But also maybe they couldn't get him for too long, so he just swung in and he's gonna show his little green screen face, and it's gonna be the end. Like, that's what I thought, and I was like, no way, Toby's saying yes. Look at that. Look at that. So that was, I was just shocked that they really integrated them into the film, like, and not in a
which I think had more purpose to it, not just like a dumb little cameo for no reason. Like, they were actually like, they had a purpose. I loved it.
And I would have never guessed the plot of him trying to save like, I wouldn't have guessed any of the events of the film. Like, I did get like a few spoilers, like, unfortunately, because, like, I don't know, the stupid algorithms did not care about my sanity. So I did get a few like, Andrew's in, and then I was like, okay, he's in it, which I knew, but I didn't know, but I knew. But that didn't even spoil, like, that doesn't spoil anything, because it's just like, bruh, like, how I would have never predicted the film.
That's why they were
in
there. Yeah, exactly.
No, never.
Yeah.
Also, second flop is Black Panther. Second bop. Oh my god. How dare I?
Black Panther, of course. Sorry. Yeah, as we mentioned.
Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. No need to explain. Just
those are definitely like my 1 and 2 in terms of like favorite movies of Phase 4. Like, I would put No Way Home first, and then Black Panther is a very close second.
Correct. And then why I knew what your third one was, because I knew you love WandaVision. Well, my third one is nothing. I don't have a third one. Oh, I don't like to lie. I cannot lie.
Couldn't even think of a third one.
No, I was like, I could have forced something in there, but I'm like, that's like,
no, that wouldn't be real. Yeah, that wouldn't be genuine.
It wouldn't be. A bop is something I'm gonna rewatch. Those are the only two things I'm gonna rewatch.
You're right. Seriously. I get that, and I respect that.
For me,
I would totally respect it. Again, like with some of these like shows I know, or movies, or even stuff in the Phase 4, it's like, I get why people wouldn't like it, but I liked it. Same with like Eternals. It's like, okay, I get why people were like, but I liked it.
Actually, I didn't hate it as much. I
didn't hate it as much as I thought it was going to be. Yeah. Again, we have an episode on that. You can listen to it.
Yes, you can. I thought it was an interesting thing to talk about as a film. Like, I didn't think it was like, it felt more like a film than a MCU thing. I'll give it that.
Yeah. And I mean, on a special honorable mention, I guess, to Shang-Chi. Like, you weren't terrible.
Yeah.
You were good. It was good. It was fine. It was good.
Exactly. I think if you're not on my flop list, you were fine.
Yeah,
honestly,
for sure.
Other than Black Widow.
Honestly, I probably could have added a couple more things to my flop list. But yeah.
But other than like
Shang-Chi,
the stuff that
not
I
you.
said, like,
you were good. You were fine.
No, Shang-Chi, you did like, and actually, like, it got me like intrigued for the second one. I'm fine with that. Like, it's an origin story. I'm not like,
no, it's good. It's fine.
Whatever. Okay, so Monica, a little surprise for you.
What?
Okay, it's not even.
Is it because it's almost my birthday?
Okay. No, it's not that exciting. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, I guys, I knew this was happening. This is not. trying to play the part.
I was like, I honestly maybe could have thought of something clever, but I didn't think of anything clever.
It's okay. And what is your, I don't know what this is, but I knew there was going to be something. So just hit me with it.
So I will give you a moment to pause because I know I'm springing this up on you. But many people like to go, the Marvel fans, especially the diehard ones.
Yeah, me.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'm one of them anymore. I have to take off my badge a little bit. I'm
pushing through. I'm pushing through. But yeah.
Which a lot of them like to say, you guys are so hard on Phase 4. You know, Phase 1 was really not that good either. And you should give Phase 4 the same evaluation.
I have never heard you do that voice before. That's so funny.
Me neither, honestly. I've never done that voice before.
I was like, why does she not sound like herself anymore? Anyways,
I sound like a comedian, like a lady comedian that would be hired for like a freaking cartoon, Disney cartoon. Anyways, sorry. So we're going to do that, right? I'm going to get you, me and you, to rank only the films because we can't do the shows. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to the shows. Or maybe you could sneak a show in there. We'll see. I think we should rank the Phase 1 and Phase 4 films together, combined. Does that make sense? So like you'd have the 12 movies, rank them from 1 to 12, and then see if you know what people are saying is true about if you guys are just mean to Phase 1 and Phase 4, you know?
Okay. To see which one's the best one.
Exactly. Which one has more at the top, which one doesn't. And we might be surprised. Who knows? Because I actually don't know. I haven't ranked mine, so I don't know what
I need to pull out a list because I don't remember.
Yes, don't worry about it. I'm assuming there's going to be a pause and we'll have to come back because it's
okay, let me get a list out here.
While you're getting your list, I have the list, so I'll talk about it.
I kind of know which phase I prefer, but
I can tell, but like I feel like ranking gives it like more perspective, I think, too. Okay.
I think I know my ranking already.
The films that are in it, just so the audience can follow with us, right? Mm-hmm. We have in Phase 1, we have Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, which I'm not gonna lie, I have not seen.
I actually have not seen that one either, so I'm gonna disqualify it because I haven't.
Yes,
seen it.
Iron Man
it's not
2.
That good, so.
Yeah, I've heard it's dusty. Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America: First Avenger, and then The Avengers. Those are the films we have.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can recap Phase
4 films just so people know.
Yeah, sure. For sure. Phase 4 films. We have sorry. I don't know why they closed me.
I got it here. It's Black Widow, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Eternals, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Thor: Love and Thunder, and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Yes. Okay. We shall do this. Even though, by the way, I'm going to say this, the people who always complain about this, I don't think that's even fair because I'm like, dude, they were starting versus they're in the game. So you should have stuff figured out. But we'll just do it for funsies.
Okay.
Who cares?
I'm going to throw out my ranking. I feel like if I think about it too much, it'll be bad. I'm going to start from the bottom. No, I'm going to start
from the bottom. Okay.
Bottom, because I don't know the numbers. How many are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 movies in Phase 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movies. So it'll be 13 in total. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, well, I guess Incredible Hulk is going to be like if it's disqualified, then number 12. Okay.
Yeah.
It's disqualified.
Do you want to take one from Phase 2? Is that cheating? Maybe we could do that.
Nah, it's okay.
Nah? Okay.
Nah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So my number 12 is Black Widow. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Actually, yeah, I'll put Black Widow as my number 12. Mm-hmm. And then I'm sorry, but I have to put Iron Man 2 as my number 11 just because, again, I'm not an Iron Man girl. Again, I've said this before. Not my favorite. And then after that, number 10, I'm going to do Thor, the first Thor, because honestly, I don't really remember what happens in it. Besides that, he had very blonde hair.
It wasn't even that. The brows were too much.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
Okay, and then next, I'm going to put Captain America, the First Avenger. No.
Are you writing this down or no?
Sorry, I forgot. No, I'm just kind of thinking about it. No,
okay.
Ignore that. Before Captain America, First Avenger.
Or I'll do it. Okay, 12 is... Because
we Black Widow.
Have to see what's going on. Black Widow.
Black Widow. And then...
you said... what's it called? Something Iron Man 2?
Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to change my answer. Then I'm going to do the first Thor.
And
then I'm going to do Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh,
And then-
Doctor Strange. Mhm.
Yeah. And then just above that, I'm going to do Thor Love and Thunder.
Correct.
And then I'm going to do Captain America, the First Avenger.
Captain.
And then I'll do Eternals after that.
Eternals.
Yeah. And then I'll do Iron Man 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Your typing is very I like it. It's very satisfying.
Oh.
And then I'll do did I say Iron Man 1? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
And
You
then
put
I'll
it number
do
5.
Marvel's The Avengers.
Avengers.
And then I'll do Black Panther and then Spider-Man No Way Home.
Aha.
So there we go.
Okay, yes. As we predicted, you are more partial to
Yeah, Phase 4.
I'm
not. Yeah,
Phase
I don't really like because I'm not
4.
an Iron Man girl, and I didn't really like the first Thor that much, and I'm not a huge fan of the first of Captain America either. I think the second two are way better.
I don't. That's not an unpopular opinion at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm
people
saying.
only started liking him after his second movie.
Yeah. Okay, go
I
ahead.
wrote Blank Widow. Sorry to her.
No,
Okay.
it's okay. What's yours?
Okay. So the last one is actually hard for me. I don't know. I'm gonna go the opposite way because I feel like I don't really.
Okay.
I can't do it. Okay. First one is gonna be No Way Home for me.
Of course.
Second
my God,
one.
These sounds.
I have to think. Okay. Second one will also be Black Panther because for now,
Yeah.
I feel like it might change over time, to be honest. But
Okay. Yeah.
my
no, that
third
makes sense.
one,
It's still fresh in
is-
our minds.
correct. My third one is Iron Man. I know you don't know,
Mhm.
but I watch that movie all the time. It's such a
No,
good
I get
thing.
it. If you're an
I
Iron
love
Man
it.
girly, I get it.
And it's fun, bro. Like even as a, I think it's fun as a film, not just like a superhero film. And I think that's why
no, I
it
like the first
launched-
Iron Man. It's pretty good.
it launched the world of
Yes, I
whatever
do.
it's called. Okay, what's next? Hey, ooh, this is hard. Okay, this is not right. This is just going off of taste.
Mhm.
Iron Man 2.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is your opinion. It's not a. It's
Yeah,
not an
this is
objective
my-
ranking, so.
Iron Man 2. Now, let's get into the weeds now, because what's left? Oh my gosh. Let's go with ooh. Why am I?
Just
I'm
do it. You
just-
gotta
I
just
don't
do it
know.
without even thinking about it too much.
I don't even know though. At this point, it's just like what's left.
That's why I think it's
Okay.
easier to go from the bottom. It was easier for me to like weed out the trash.
No,
ones
but
first.
I can't even put the bottom. Okay, let me put Thor next because it was
Oh.
actually funny. Because
Oh,
Thor was
I'm
funny. He said,
surprised.
"Bring me another beer, wench." I actually remember this film very well.
I don't.
Okay, yeah, which is fine. I totally get that. Okay, now we have, ooh, ooh, what's okay? I will leave. I think Eternals is next. So
Oh,
6 is
wow.
Eternals. Yeah, because
Over Shang-Chi?
oh wait, I don't have it here. I'm so sorry.
That's why I was like, damn.
Okay. No.
Over
You know
the
what? Sorry.
Avengers?
Oh my gosh. You know what?
Girl,
I don't have
what
the
is
list
wrong with
properly
you?
in front of me. I'm a clown. Okay.
What is
Je
wrong?
m'excuse. Je m'excuse. Okay. I'm still putting Thor as number 5.
Okay.
I will put
Well, you think Thor
actually
is
will put
better than
Shang-
the Avengers?
I don't really I'm sorry. The Avengers movie? I tried to watch it the other day. Why did I fall asleep? Guys,
What? Oh, I love
I fell
the
asleep.
first Avengers movie.
I don't it
fine.
wasn't
It's your opinion.
giving
It's
the
your
way and on the rewatch. I'm sure I liked it when I first watched it, but I was
It's,
like, oh.
it's your opinion.
First-
I
okay.
guess.
I'm putting Thor. Then I put Shang-Chi. Then I'm putting Avengers.
Shang-Chi. The way you said it was funny.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
And then I'm putting Avengers.
Okay.
Then Eternals.
Okay.
What is left, y'all? I don't even know.
Multiverse of Madness, Love and Thunder, Captain America.
You're naming all these bad things.
I know. That's why I
Why?
told you gotta weed out the trash first.
Okay. Also, I messed up my numbers, so that's probably why I'm like, why are there so
my
many
gosh.
left? Your girl is a mess. Ooh. You might have to do a lot of creative
Editing.
put some nice music in between them. Okay. I'm gonna have Love and Thunder next. Okay.
Wow, better
As
than
number
Captain
9.
America, the first one.
Girl.
I'm just curious.
I also fell asleep.
I mean, no, I get that.
And
It's
that's
not my favorite either, but
that's why Captain America
more than Love and Thunder.
Sis, you know, and also he was giving, especially his first film. Like, don't lie, he was giving boring kids. Okay,
no, it's
Not
true. It was
you, I'm
giving
talking to the
bland
children. Yeah, like freaking crap. I can't say that.
Wait,
he was
what?
giving
What
white bread. Okay, it was giving white bread.
Were you gonna
mayonnaise.
say? Wait, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say like a word, but then I was like, that's kind of a slur. I can't say that. Like I thought,
the Ritz,
the stale biscuit. Okay, but like not a. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant like.
I think it's fine.
It is like for white people, you can't call them that. Or like,
says who?
I can't
White
call
people.
I mean, a guy got banned on Twitch for saying it, so like I'm not touching that.
Okay, well, Twitch is stupid.
It's not a good word. Okay. What I meant
anyway,
was
so
stale.
I'm not that. I can't tell you if it's good or not. I have no authority.
Yeah, I'm saying stale biscuit. I don't mean like, I mean boring is what I mean.
Okay, we get it. Yeah, saltine,
unseasoned chicken. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, like okay, j'ai fini maintenant. So you know what?
It?
No, wait. It's Black Widow is last.
It does not seem like you named all of them, but okay.
Okay, I'm so sorry, guys.
Can you reiterate your list for us?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
We have at the bottom, we have Black Widow. Okay.
This poor girl, but I'm sorry.
So sorry to this man. This woman. The fact that I didn't see that movie like until like months later like speaks for itself. Then number 11 we have Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Then number 10 we have Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Then number 9 we have Thor Love and Thunder.
Yep.
Number 8 we have Eternals.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7 we have Avengers.
Okay.
Number 6 we have Shang-Chi. Number 5 we have the first Thor.
Okay.
Number 4 we have Iron Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 Iron Man, the original one.
Okay.
Number 2 Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And number 1 Spider-Man No Way Home.
So I think you are more, you lean more towards the Phase 1 just because of the Iron Man. I don't,
because of the Iron Man and the Thor apparently, which is
high.
Crazy to me actually. Yeah.
But
it's just like, I'm just thinking like I would definitely watch that movie over like a lot of these other ones.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It didn't click with me.
No, it's totally fine. I'm saying I would rewatch. Would I rewatch it though? No, like
no, I'm
watching a lot of these.
I get you. I mean, at the end of the day, I think I'm a Phase 3 girly personally.
Phase 3. Well, I think everybody's a Phase 3. Phase 2 or Phase 3 are the two. I think people gravitate.
I mean,
towards.
yeah, obviously, it's like it's the creme de la creme.
Yeah. That would be insane to rank those, bro. I don't even want to touch it.
Bro, if you had to go in. Actually, this is funny because Hollywood Reporter released a ranking of all of the Marvel movies the other day, and that list was a mess.
Oh, yeah?
Mess. I was like, what?
A lot of people are doing it now.
So they ranked all Marvel movies, including the X-Men movies, right? Tell me why they put Captain Marvel over Logan. I was like, what the?
They're actually joking.
They're not serious. I think someone just pressed shuffle because it was weird.
So unserious. And
that's not even funny. Like the original Avengers as the number 1 best Marvel movie ever.
Are you kidding?
I was like, excuse me, what?
Are you kidding?
Anyways.
Open your eyes.
No, I think someone.
What are they doing?
I think either the person hadn't seen. I think the person just hasn't seen all of them because there's no way.
Where did they put all the actual really good ones?
You should go check because it's actually kind of a mess.
Oh my gosh.
It's a little bit already. Of a mess. Anyways.
Okay.
So I guess that's it for this episode, guys. Thanks for joining us on all of our most of the Phase 4 reviews, I guess.
Yes.
Hopefully you'll stick with us for Phase 5.
Do we have any closing thoughts though about Phase 4? I feel like
I mean, it tried, A for effort. Maybe chill out with the content a little bit. That's my main thing. Chill out.
I think that's the main thing.
I get money, you always want to have something airing or something coming up, but let's calm down. Okay? Let's calm down.
You're actually getting less coin in the end. I promise you. In the end,
maybe not, but
not actually factually. They're like, shut up.
No, because I feel like that. Yeah, but in our
trust
hearts
me,
are
it will
getting less
translate
coins.
into less coin eventually. So
Yeah,
because
you don't want
y'all
to
are
become the laughing stock. Like, come on.
no, y'all are running out of franchises. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
number one, y'all are messing up the ones that we like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice that?
Yep.
And you're doing okay with the new ones, like with the new establishing characters. So
it's
let's
very
not-
stumbling, and I need things to feel a little more solid.
yes, and just let us remember that the best movie of the year, which we both named, is a closing movie. That's what's really sad. It's ending the franchise of Spider-Man.
Interesting.
So unless y'all are cooking up something real good in the kitchen, watch out. Just be a little.
I know, and I have they have high hopes when you're starting to introduce me to Avengers: Secret Wars and the Kang Dynasty and the Thunderbolts. Like, that's a lot, and you better start fixing your shit now so that when that shit comes up, it's not a hot mess. So that's all I can say.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, y'all. And make sure you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever it is. And follow
Rate
us on Instagram at
5 stars.
Pod. Share this podcast with your friends if, your friends
Correcto.
also like movies. I promise we don't only talk about Marvel movies also. Like, I promise we have other things.
Yeah, I know.
coming.
Honestly, if you listen to this podcast the past few months, you might think that, but
it's just because we've been busy and the only constant in our lives is Marvel movies coming out. So
yes.
I promise there's going to be more. Again, I keep making promises, but I promise there's going to be more non-Marvel things coming. Okay? Trust. All right.
Again, don't look at our YouTube in the next week because
there's going to be another Marvel thing.
But we promise.
This is just to round out, because again, Phase 4 is ending. We need to just get all that stuff out of the way, and then we can start with our other scheduled programming. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. Hope you had a good time, and we'll catch you guys next time.
All right.
Bye.